Welcome back to Sidetracked Garage. Again, still working on the four-wheeler. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and probably check that out. It's I don't even remember the title, but it has something to do with the Yamaha Big Bear turbo. So that's what we're working on right now. Discovered a few things, actually. So, one is, honestly, I think it was way too cold to be using 1540 in such a small turbo because the bearings in there like itty bitty. I think that was one issue and may have destroyed it that way. So I went ahead and got a new center section. There's that piece right there. So you got your wheels and all the good things that go on the inside of the turbo. So I've got things mostly set up, kind of, sort of. Oil tank is got oil in it. I gotta drain that actually, because one, it actually doesn't look that great in there, and also there's like the oil in there is stupid thick, like syrup. It's bad. So another thing is, so when you're forcing air into a carburetor, I didn't really think of this before, but your jet is designed to pull fuel up through from the bowl when air passes through it. So you got your jet, and then the air goes like that, pulls the fuel up and out. Is how that's supposed to work. That's not exactly what was going on in there. So in my head, I'm thinking what's happening is air is getting forced in, boost is going down into the jet instead of over across the top of it, and doing some weird things and making it not work that great. So that's why actually when it was at full boost, probably it would just die, because when I was holding it wide open, it was like you just shut the key off. And also I went ahead and put a bigger jet in it. That's drilled out 1/16 of an inch. So what we need to do to fix our issue with, we need to pressurize the bowl, is what I'm saying. I actually learned that from another video I was watching, just trying to get an idea of what was going on. So I looked up the turbo four-wheeler videos on the YouTubes, and there was one guy I found was talking about needing to reference anything going into the bowl, like vent lines and such. You need to reference that to boost. So what happens is boost comes through that little bitty line, goes into the bowl, pressurizes the bowl, gets the fuel up and out. So hoping that works. Don't know if it will, but I think we got a better shot now. And also a fuel pump. Maybe. Still waiting on it. Still waiting on oil filters. I do want to put a filter on this before I try to run it again, just because it's also another thing that may have destroyed the original turbo. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get the new center section onto the front and back housing, and just go from there, see what goes on. They say to replace the O-ring on this part. It doesn't come with an O-ring. This didn't have an O-ring on it new, so it actually had silicone on it, so that's what I'm going to do. As far as boost reference, I'm going to try to use the wastegate for now. Maybe for now, I don't know. Do we need a wastegate? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much we're going to make. Should we get a boost gauge? I should probably get a boost gauge. Maybe. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And didn't know if you could tell right off, but it is like in the negatives right now. It is freezing. So, don't know how long I'm going to be able to stand it. I'm going to try to go as long as I can. Let's go ahead and get on that right now. Alright, so first things first, we got to get this cleaned up. It's got a lot of oil in it still, and that stuff is very hard to wipe up right now. So, I'm going to take it over here, bring it over to the parts warmer, and just let that cook for a minute. Try to get that oil thinned out some. This is all we're doing there. And then this is just a spot for me to come warm up or clean parts and or cook lunch. Alright, so as far as boost reference goes, this is the original carburetor out of that thing. Which actually the new one is in fact a pretty good upgrade, because you see how that's kind of square in there? The other one is, or the new one is perfectly round. So all that junk on the side is actually cut out, so it's actually round in there and flows way more air. So where we're going to put the line, we already got this one here. Now this is a vent to the bowl, but since we're going to have boost running through it, we need to put more air into the bowl basically. So on the old one you got two of them. Apparently this one is obsolete. So we got this one, and that's your fuel in. So we're just going to take this one, and I don't think there's any others, so we don't have to worry about that. And we'll just run it on over here, something like that, and we'll have our bowl pressurized. Okay, well, if you watched the last video, you've seen that boot before. Then we got our boost reference to the carburetor. We got some kind of oil supply to just test it, you know, just get a little bit extra there. Well, hopefully this works. I'm go ahead and fire it up. Maybe. I will say that actually did already go better than last time, I feel like, because I think last time it shut off way sooner. Give it a little more here. Well, I feel like that did go better. Might have revved a little better, I don't know. Let's see. It still spins good. Okay. A lot less oil. That's good. I mean, of course, we don't have a constant supply, but it should be enough to keep it lubricated during testing. Sure it chokes off. So what I think is happening is, well, no, because I've already blown into that little line there for boost reference, and check to see what goes on when you blow through it, and it was coming up through the gas tank. So I don't know, maybe we do need a fuel pump. But that's why we test things, you know. And of course I'm going to have to wait to actually really test it until I get some kind of oil filter to go on that so I can run from that tank. Because, well, that tank actually needs cleaned too, so we'll wait on that. But it starts right up. It actually surprises me. It would do that. Wait, oh, yeah, it would because the ignition's off. Alright, gonna try some stuff. Try some more stuff here. Alright, so I tried some stuff. Here's what I came up with. So, went ahead and put some more tape on that, because, you know. And the screw down here for the carburetor, getting the fuel in there. Went ahead and turned that in as far as I could get it. And it does more decenter. Then strapped on the oil tank temporarily. Don't worry about it. And then also did that temporarily into the headlights. So, I think it's time for a test drive. See what it does. Alright, let's see if it does anything neat, at least. I'd go for neat. Well, it made a turbo sound. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, so that didn't go so well. But just for, just in case something like that did happen, I went ahead and got a fuel pump. So, what I think is happening is it's just running itself out of fuel every time, because I mean it's gravity fed, and I just doubt it's getting as much as it actually needs. So we're going to go ahead and throw this fuel pump on there. And this does have a vacuum reference. I'm assuming it's regulated through vacuum. I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, this is either going to destroy the carburetor or it's just going to make things work. I don't know. It'd be really handy if I had a switch. And I don't, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll try to make it work. Okay, so I went ahead and put the fuel pump on it right there. And then went ahead and revved it up, see what it would do. It was just dumping gas out of this line here, which comes down here, right there, from the bottom of the bowl. And it was just straight pouring every time you'd rev it and get good boost. So, got it coming up, going back into the fuel tank. This is just for testing. Don't worry about it. I know it looks weird, and that's not the right way to have that. But the gas cap's a little bit loose, so you can still get air into the fuel tank. Well, keep it from vapor locking. So, let's go ahead and try that again. Alright, so trick is just can't let it shut off, because then it's really hard to start. Sounds cool. I was just on my way back up the hill, and that thing started just kind of blowing gas out of it. Gas was coming down like a waterfall right in there. It was bad. Now, I'm stuck on a hill. Don't know if I'll be able to run it all the way up there. Might have to bring something down here and get it. Right now, I just want to make sure everything's cool enough to where we just won't burst into flames, because that's a lot of gas coming out. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Oh boy. Good news, made it back. Bad news, I might have destroyed the carburetor. Took the pump off, tried to run it. There's still a lot of gas coming out of there. The needle and seat is probably not there anymore. It's probably laying in the bottom of the bowl, to be honest. A lot of gas coming out. But, yeah, that's a minor setback, really. Really did not want to have to buy another carburetor. Well, no, I don't think I'm going to have to buy another carburetor. Should be able to fix this one. I got another carburetor, plus the original one. I don't know where the other one is. But I know where the original one is. So, well, got a test drive out of it at least. That's something. Then, just figuring out what works and what doesn't. So that's going to do it for now. And at some point this will be back, but I think we're going to move on for now. Just kind of put this on the back burner and get it out of here. So, Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you want to.